Class 11, Chapter 7 Structure Organization in Animals. In the preceding chapter, you came across a large variety of organisms, both unicellular and multicellular, of the animal kingdom. In unicellular organisms, all functions like digestion, respiration, and reproduction are performed by a single cell. In the complex body of multicellular animals, the same basic function are carried out by different group of cells in a well organized manner. The body of a simple organism like Hydra is made up of different types of cells, and the number of cells in each type can be in thousands. The human body is composed of billions of cells to perform various functions. How do these cells in the body work together? As you already learned in your earlier classes, in multicellular animals, a group of similar cells along with intercellular substances perform a specific function. Such an organization is called tissue. You may be surprised to know that all complex animals consist of only four basic types of tissue. These tissues are organized in specific proportion and pattern to form an organ like stomach, lung, kidney, and heart. When two or more organs perform a common function by their physical and or chemical interaction, they together form organ system. Example: digestive system, respiratory system, etc. Cells, tissue, organs, and organ systems split up the work in a way that exhibit division of labor and contribute to the survival of the body as a whole. 7.1 Organ and organ system. The basic tissue, as you learned in earlier classes, organize to form organ, which in turn associate to form organ system. In the multicellular organism, such an organization is essential for more efficient and better coordinated activities of millions of cells constituting an organisms. Each organ in our body is made up of one or more type of tissue. For example, our heart consists of all the four types of tissue: epithelial, connective, muscular, and neural. We also notice after some careful study that the complexity in organ and organ system displays certain discernible trend. The discernible trend is called the evolutionary trend. You will study the detail in class 12th. In this chapter, you are being introduced to morphological and anatomical of frog. Morphology refers to the study of form of external visible character in the case of plant and microbe. The term morphology precisely means only this. In case of animals, this refers to the external appearance of the organ or part of the body. The word anatomy conventionally is used for the study of morphology of internal organ in the animals. You will learn the morphology and anatomy frog representing vertebrates. 7.2 Frogs. Frogs can live both on land and in fresh water and belong to class Amphibia of phylum Chordata. The most common species of frog found in India is Rana tigrina. They do not have constant body temperature. Their body temperature varies with the temperature of the environment. Such animals are called cold-blooded or poikilotherms. You might have also noticed changes in the color of the frog while they are in grasses or on dry land. They have the ability to change the color and hide them from their enemies. Camouflage. This protective coloration is called mimicry. You may also know that the frogs are seen in during peak summer and winter. During this period, they take shelter in deep burrows to protect them from extreme heat and cold. This is known as summer sleep, estivation, and winter sleep, hibernation, respectively. 7.2.1 Morphology. Have you ever touched the skin of frog? The skin is smooth and slippery due to the presence of mucus. The skin is always maintained in a moist condition. The color of the dorsal side of the body is generally olive green with green irregular spots. On the ventral side of the skin is uniformly pale yellow. The frog never drinks water but absorbs it through the skin. Body of a frog is divisible into head and trunk. Figure 7.1. A neck and a tail are absent above the mouth. A pair of nostrils is present. Eyes and bulge and covered by a nictitating membrane that protects them while in water. On other side of the eyes, a membranous tympanum ear receives sound signal. The forelimbs and hind limbs help swimming, walking, leaping, and burrowing. The hind limbs end in 5 digits and they are larger and muscular than forelimbs that end in the four-digit. Feet have webbed digits that help in swimming. Frogs exhibit sexual dimorphism. Male frogs can be distinguished by the presence of sound-producing vocal sacs and also a copulatory pad on the first digit of the forelimb, which are absent in the female frogs. 7.2.2 Anatomy. The body cavity of frogs accommodate different organ systems such as digestive, circulatory, respiratory, nervous, excretory, and reproductive system with well developed structure and function. Figure 7.2. The digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive gland. The alimentary canal is short because frogs are carnivorous and hence the length of intestine is reduced. The mouth opens into the buccal cavity that leads to the esophagus through pharynx. Esophagus is a short tube that opens into the stomach, which in turn continues as an intestine, rectum, and finally open outside by the cloaca. Liver secretes bile that is stored in the gallbladder. Pancreas, a digestive gland, produces pancreatic juice. Figure 7.2 Diagrammatic representation of internal organ of the frog by complete digestive system. Containing digestive system, food is captured by the bile of tongue. Digestion of food takes place by action of HCl and gastric juice secreted from the wall of the stomach. Partially digested food called chyme is passed from stomach to the first part of the small intestine, the duodenum. The duodenum receives the bile from gallbladder and pancreatic juice from the pancreas. Through a common bile duct, bile emulsifies fat and pancreatic juice digests carbohydrate and protein. Final digestion takes place in the intestine. Digested food is absorbed by the numerous finger-like folds in the inner wall of the intestine called villi and microvilli. The undigested solid food removes into the rectum and passes out through cloaca. Frogs respire on land and in water by two different methods. In water, skin acts as aquatic respiratory organ. Cutaneous respiration dissolves oxygen in the water is exchanged through the skin by diffusion. On land, the buccal cavity, skin, and lungs act as a respiratory organ. The respiration by lungs is called pulmonary respiration. The lungs are a pair of elongated pink colored sacs like structure present in the upper part of the trunk region, thorax. Air enters through the nostrils into the buccal cavity and then lungs. During activation and hibernation, gases exchange take place through skin. The vascular system of the frog is well developed, closed type. Frogs have a lymphatic system also. The blood vascular system involves heart, blood vessels, and blood. The lymphatic system consists of lymph channel, and lymph nodes. Heart is a muscular structure situated in the upper part of the body cavity. It has three chambers, two atria, and one ventricle, and is covered by a membrane called pericardium. A triangular structure called sinus venous joins the right atrium. It receives blood through the major veins called vena cava. The ventricle opens into a sac like conus arteriosus on the ventral side of the heart. The blood from the heart is carried to all the part of the body by the arteries, arterial system. The vein collects blood from different parts of the body to the heart and form the venous system. Special venous connection between liver and intestine as well as the kidney and lower part of the body are present in frog. The former is called hepatic portal system and the later is called renal portal system. The blood is composed of plasma and cells. The blood cells are RBCs, red blood cell, or erythrocyte, white blood cell, or leukocyte and platelets. RBCs are nucleated and contain red colored pigment, namely hemoglobin. The lymph is different from blood. It takes few protein and RBCs. The blood carry nutrients, gases, and water to the respective site during the circulation. The circulation of blood is achieved by the pumping action of the muscular heart. The elimination of nitrogenous waste is carried out by a wall-defined excretory system. The excretory system consists of a pair of kidney, urea, cloaca, and urinary bladder. These are compact, dark red, and bean-like structure, situated a little posteriorly in the body cavity on both sides of the ventral Column. Each kidney is composed of several structure and function units called uriniferous tubule or nephrons. Two ureters emerge from the kidney in the male frog. The ureter act as a urogenital duct which open into the cloaca. In female ureters and oviduct open separately in the cloaca. The thin-walled urinary bladder is present ventral to the rectum, which also open in the cloaca. The frogs exhibit urea and thus is a ureotelic animal. Excretory waste are carried by blood into the kidney where it is separated and excreted. The system for control and coordination is highly evolved in the frog. It includes both neural system and endocrine gland. The chemical coordination of various organs of the body is achieved by hormones which are secreted by the endocrine gland. The prominent endocrine gland found in frog are pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pineal, pancreatic, islets, adrenal, and gonad. The nervous system is organized into a central nervous system, brain, and spinal cord, a peripheral nervous system, cranial and spinal nerves, and an aquatic nervous system, sympathetic and parasympathetic. There are 10 pairs of cranial nerve arising from the brain. Brain is enclosed in a bony structure called the brain box cranium. The brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Forebrain include olfactory lobes, paired cerebral hemisphere are unpaired dancephalon. The midbrain is characterized by a pair of optic lobes. Hindbrain consists of cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata passes out through the foramen magnum and continue into spinal cord, which is enclosed in the vertebral column. Frogs has different types of sense organ, namely organ of touch, sensory pileae, taste bud, smell, nasal epithelium, vision, eye, and hearing, tympanum with internal air. Out of these, eyes and internal air are well organized structure, and the rest are cellular aggregation around nerve ending. Eyes in a frog are a pair of spherical structures situated in the orbit and skull. These are simple eyes possessing only one unit. External air is absent in frog and only in tympanum can be seen externally. The ear is an organ of hearing as well as balancing equilibrium. Frogs have well organized male and female reproductive system. Male reproductive system consists of a pair of yellowish ovoid testes, figure 7.3, which are found adhered to the upper part of kidney by a double fold of the peritoneum called mesorchium. Vasa differentia are 10 to 12 in number that arise from testes. They enter the kidney on their side and open into gallbladder canal. Finally, it communicates with the urogenital duct that comes out of the kidney and opens into cloaca. The cloaca is a small median chamber that is used to pass fecal matter, urine, and sperm to the exterior. The female reproductive organ include a pair of ovaries, figure 7.4. The ovaries are situated near kidneys and there is no function connection with kidneys. A pair of oviduct arise from the ovaries, open into the cloaca separately. A mature female can lay 2,500 to 3,000 ova at a time. Fertilization is external and take place in water. Development involves a larval stage called tadpole. Tadpole undergo metamorphosis to form the adult. Frogs are beneficial for mankind because they eat insects and protect the crop. Frogs maintain ecological balance because these serve as an important link of food chain and food web in the ecosystem. In some countries, the muscular legs of frogs are used as food by man. Summary: cells, tissues, organ, and organ systems split up the work in a way that ensure the survival of the body as a whole and exhibit division of labor. A tissue is defined as group of cells along with intercellular substances performing one or more function in the body. Epithelia are sheet-like tissue lining the body surface and its cavities. Duct and tube epithelial have one free surface facing a body fluid or the outside environment. Their cells are structurally and functionally connected. Function: the Indian bullfrog Rana tigrina is the common frog found in India. Body is covered by skin. Mucous glands are present in the skin, which is highly vascularized and helps in respiration in water and on land. Body is divisible into head and trunk. A muscular tongue is present, which is bilobed at the tip and is used in capturing the prey. The alimentary canal consists of esophagus, stomach, intestine, and rectum, which open into the cloaca, the main digestive gland, and liver and pancreas. It can respire in water through skin and through lungs on land. Circulatory system is closed with single circulation. RBCs are nucleated. Nervous system is organized into central, peripheral, and autonomic. The organ of urogenital system and kidney. Urogenital duct, which open into the cloaca. The male reproductive organ is a pair of testes. The female reproductive organ is a pair of ovaries. A female lay 2500 to 3000 ova at a time. The fertilization and development are external. The eggs hatch into tadpoles, which metamorphoses into frogs.